Burkina Faso and Mali have issued a joint statement saying they'll regard any military intervention in Niger as a declaration of war on them. The two countries, which have also both seen recent military coups, said they would come to the defence of their eastern neighbour in such a scenario. It's after a West African bloc gave Niger's military 7 days to give up power and threatened to use force if they didn't do so. Before that joint statement from Mali and Burkina Faso was released, Niger's ambassador to the US spoke to my colleague Sumi Somaskanda.
This coup has really no reason whatsoever. There was no political tension. There is no security situation that is worsening, as they claimed. That just fails. The security situation is improving. In our country, you accept to power by the ballot, not by the bullets. And we have elected a legitimate president, Mohamed Bazoum, and we want him to be restored, like all the international community, ECOWAS, the regional body, Africa Union, the United States of America, France, all our parties, the European Union, all are asking them just to give back power to President Bazoum.
You mentioned ECOWAS. I do want to ask you, ECOWAS is the Economic Community of West African States, and they have threatened military action. Would you welcome that West African states would stage a military intervention here?
I would hope and wish a peaceful solution, that the junta will come to reason and give back power to President Bazoum and to the parliament that were again elected in a fair and transparent election. But if that is not possible, I will not rule out any solution that will restore democracy in my country.
Including a military intervention?
Absolutely, I will not rule out any solution, because this junta in Africa comes to power by the force. They want to substitute force to election. This is not acceptable. They do exactly the same as the terrorist jihadist group were fighting. Because we have the bullets, we have to rule the country.
But if there were to be a military intervention, we could then see a full-fledged conflict between the military leaders and any intervening forces. Are you worried about that?
Again, I am worried about anything that will create damage to my people. But if the choice is to the junta, they have to come back to reason. They have to realize that just because you have the bullets, because you have the arms, you are not ruling a country. If you want to rule a country, okay, you have to run in an election.
So Burkina Faso and Mali have sent troops to Niger to support the military junta over there. And this is something that has been welcomed by many African people, because we think that it's high time that we start supporting our own. We believe that it's high time that we start fighting for what is ours, what belongs to us. For far too long, France and the West have exploited the continent, and we have just sat by and watched. Our leaders, who are supposed to be there for us, who are supposed to make sure that we are not being taken advantage of, who are supposed to make sure that we stay in the right path, have all misled us, and they have all sold us out to the West. Personal interests have corrupted all of them, and the people are now left to fend for themselves. Luckily, things are changing. The African people are rising up. Like the youngest president in the world, Ibrahim Traore, said, "A slave that do not save him or herself deserve no pity." We have to fight for ourselves. We have to fight to save ourselves. So there's this article that I saw online about the troops from Burkina Faso that are supposed to go to Niger to support the Niger military junta. So let's see what the article is saying. The headline reads, Burkina Faso send troops to Niger amid coup crisis. Burkina Faso has deployed several military units to neighboring Niger, which is facing a political turmoil after a military coup that ousted the elected president Bazoum. The report said that the Burkinabe troops crossed the border into Niger on Thursday and were heading to the capital, Niamey. The report did not specify the number or the purpose of the troops, but said they were part of a regional response to the coup. Niger has been in a state of uncertainty since July 26, when a group of soldiers detained President Mohamed Bazoum and dissolved his government. After he won a democratic election, the coup leaders said they acted to save the country from chaos and corruption and promised to hand over power to a civilian-led transition within a year. The coup has been widely condemned by the international community, which has called for the immediate release of Bazoum and other officials and the restoration of constitutional order. The US, the EU, the AU, and the ECOWAS have all suspended their aid and cooperation with Niger and threatened to impose sanctions on the coup leaders. The United Nations Security Council has also expressed its grave concern over the situation and urged all parties to exercise restraint and respect human rights. So this article just came out a few days ago, and according to the article, troops from Burkina Faso have entered Niger to support the military junta over there. If you ask me about this whole sanction of a thing, I believe that the people of Niger have the right to defend themselves. The people of Niger have the right to depose a leader whom they think isn't doing great for the country. Because let's face it, the only reason the West, aka France, is so interested with this Mohamed Bazoum of a guy was because he let them take away everything from Niger. I think I have said this like many times on this platform that Niger has a lot of uranium, and this is a very, very valuable ingredient. Niger has like a lot. And how can you believe, or how can you even begin to think about this, that despite all the uranium that Niger has, they do not have constant electricity? That despite all their raw minerals, they are still the second most poorest country in Africa. How is that even possible? When you sum all this together, you kind of come to the conclusion why these coups are necessary. Now, we might not like it. I personally do not like a military regime. I believe that the military is supposed to be in the barrack. The military is there to protect the country, not to interfere with the smooth running of the country. But sometimes a coup is necessary. Sometimes somebody needs to say, hey, this isn't the right way we should go. This is not going the way we all wanted. This is not right for the people. We have to change course. We have to do something that will change our story. Sometimes We just need somebody who is really hard, somebody who is a nationalist to come forward to set the record straight. But you guys out there, what do you think about the move by Burkina Faso to send troops to Niger? Do you think it is a welcoming move? And what about the AU? Why is the AU not doing anything to help Niger? Don't the AU know that Niger has been exploited by the West and France? Share your thoughts and opinions with us in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. And also, do not forget to like this video, share this video, follow our Facebook page, and most importantly, subscribe to this channel, because little bit of goodwill and the one you're doing just now help us a lot, and shall forever be grateful to you. So thank you very much for doing just that. And like always, see you in the next one.